Hello, this is Tarot Combos where we draw two cards and discuss what we feel about the energies and how they are interacting. So let's see what's here today. Thank you for being here. Let's see. All right, we have the High Priestess challenged by the Page of Wands. Ooh, okay. The first thing I was thinking about is our, oh, got all the chills again. That keeps happening. She's often associated with like our deepest knowing, intuition, whatever you want to call that. And then the Page of Wands is this sort of like, very like youthful, excited, driven, passionate, all the things that are like yes to life, like the big, it feels like a big yes energy. And so to me, what I think about is like, how do we tap into our big yeses? How do we tap in? Well, and it goes for no too, but like how does that, maybe that excitement, that youthful exuberance, excitement, all that fiery energy, to go for it, how might that challenge our deepest knowings, our deepest intuition about, whether maybe to go there and do that or not, so that's, but both of them are kind of like different, how am I feeling about this? Different kind of, I don't know, maybe they're the same thing. Like, what freaking is intuition, right? It's like, it's like that gut. It's like yes or no. I've heard somebody recently talk about it as like, and it's not, she wasn't talking about it. I don't even think she used the word intuition, but it was like body yes or body no. It's like, in your bones, like your guts. It's not a logic thing. Well, like I should do this. It's not that at all. It's, you know what it is. Like when you have that immediate, it's usually immediate, isn't it? Like that gut reaction, they call it. Like in your body whether something is right or wrong for you in that moment. So there's something about that here. So it's like, how does this, like, see how this person is like, ooh, look at that. I like that. And it's like, how could that, and look how they're like dressed how they want to dress. They're like, they have the feather in their cap and they're just like so into it that it's like, how might that get in the way of like this, like the ultimate deepest knowing about whether something's a yes or no for you? Because I see like black and white, it's just like, it's that clear cut. There's like yes or no. But this could be like, well, does something just look shiny and great and beautiful? Like, I want that. Versus, is that for me? Have you ever had that in your life? Do you have it now with something? Man, I feel like I have, but I don't know what that would be. I think I've been this a lot of my life. But at the same time, this is where I was kind of going with this. Are they the same thing? At the same time, maybe that's why I felt yes in my body, because I was like, I want to go to there. like Tina Fey on 30 Rock, I think is that phrase. My husband, I say it to each other still. I want to go to there. Like that's this energy. And then it's like, how does that get confused with like the yes or the no that says, this is for me, this is not for me? So are they the same thing? Oh man, I kind of want to just leave it open. Like, is there an answer to this? Oh, I love the gray area. Like we talk about black and white. This feels uncertain, but yet there's like this sameness about like that. Oh, that's for me. I want that. I want to go there. Because that's different than like, there's like this holding back energy when you're uncertain that, and then because our body feels uncertain, or it's playing tug of war between the yes and the no, the mind gets involved and says, well, let's reason this out. But it's like when we drop in, there's usually like a knowing, right? It's only, I feel like it's the mind that gets involved and says, wait, let's logic this through and see what really is right for us. And it's like, but it's not you. It might lead you to the good answer. Who knows? But I think this is calling us into trusting our body, that gut sense. So where has your gut steered you wrong? Where's your intuition steered you wrong? Usually that the answer would be never, right? It would never steer you wrong. That's the whole point of it. But this is like, if you got steered wrong, if you end up feeling that way, then it might have been the, ooh, shiny, I want to go to there. And it might have bubbled up into the starry-eyed, like, where is that between the mind and the body? Is it the over exuberant heart, perhaps? But that's part of the body. Man, this is just leading me to more questions and fun little thought circles. I say fun because, like, I feel at the end of the day, we all have our own compass, and we all know our body yes and our body no. It depends. Maybe you don't, but at some point along life, like, we might be confused. Our body might feel like and then over time, like trial and error, it might be like, oh no, that feeling was more up here. And then, oh, now I understand what that body feeling is. Okay. But it might take some trial and error, right? As we get to know our body sensations. So I can't assume like I even know my own every single day. It's like usually, like, it feels like it's in here somewhere for me when I really think about, like, that's where, if I drop a question in, this is where I tend to feel the truth. And here is like, usually this is also a source of truth of like, what would compassion do here? What would love do here? You know? And then maybe I need to practice like dropping the question in both places and be like, definitely keep this out of it. But, you know, man. So I bet if I redid this video, I would have a totally different take on this. But that's just because, like, part of me wants to get a little logical with this, but I don't want to. This feels like the youthful, exuberant excitement of something getting in the way of our body telling us, you know what's right, you know what's wrong for you in this moment, right now. And it doesn't mean thinking back in time, projecting forward. It's like right now, what's your gut reaction? And are these in alignment or not? And I don't have a good example right now. I feel like my whole life has been like, yeah, I want to go to there. And then in hindsight, I'm like, oh. But actually nowadays, like I said, now I can, like, I feel like with trial and error, I'm like, okay, I know it. It's right here. The yes and the no. Like, I'll know pretty quickly. If I pause just a moment and let my body speak before this gets in the way, because this is so freaking quick. I always have to be like, stop it, slow down, let's feel this, and then I get a better answer usually. So that's, yeah. What about you?